Boom! There you go, that's my arrangement. So in a few minutes I'm going to show you how you can take a track that's basically scattered ideas, like a sketchpad, and turn it into a structured, complete arrangement in one click, like this. Hello everyone and welcome back, Dom here, and on this video I'm going to talk about a Cubase feature that allows you to completely rearrange your songs, create different structures or remixes super easily at a push of a button. And this is a feature that not many people talk about, and this is very, very wrong. So let's change this right after this. I think that for quite a few people that are going to watch this video, this is going to be a completely new thing. And it's been around in Cubase for ages. It's actually one of the most tricky things to do in a DAW. So I'm pretty sure that what I'm going to show you here today, many Cubase users don't even know that it exists. And trust me, you're gonna be missing out if you don't know about this. Actually, if this feature was there when I started using Cubase, it would have saved me so much time. It's such a cool thing and it allows you to do things so easily when it comes to restructuring your songs. Before we get into this, if you have subscribed to the channel, now it's time to do it. Hit that bell notification icon as well, it really helps. And if you enjoy these kinds of videos, hit the thumbs up button. It really helps me make more videos like this for you. So, what is this amazing feature that I've been talking about? This feature is called the Arranger track. And let me know in the comments down below how many of you guys knew about the Arranger track and how many cool things it can do. Let me know in the comments down below. So, here is the Arranger track. Here I have a track inside Cubase that I've built, and I have the Arranger track. How do you add an Arranger track? You go like this, and you add an Arranger track. I've added one already, so I cannot add more, but that's how it looks like. Why would you need something like this? Okay, so have you been in this kind of situation where you have arranged the track and you're thinking, you know what, I would like to have the chorus a couple more times at the end of the song, or that breakdown was too long, maybe I should make it shorter, or maybe I could have that little 4-bar loop in the center or something like this. And then what you end up doing is you take your, well, hopefully you take your range selection tool and you start moving things around and you go like this, and you start rearranging things, but then you have to close all the gaps and all these things, which is still great, this is a very good way of doing things. But especially if you're working with music that's kind of like in blocks, like a 4-bar, 8 bars, 16-bar sections, the Arranger track can help you get many variations super easily. So let's listen to this track very quickly. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let's have a listen. So, as you can see, we have some vocals, we have a specific structure right now. We start with a little bit of an intro, and then we have maybe something like a verse, and then maybe something that could be a chorus. And then we also have a little bit of a breakdown here. Maybe something like a middle 8 here, I don't know. I don't know, this is like a, keyboard part, like a nice synth riff. As you can see, this is pretty much linear now. We have the vocal here, we have the chorus. So it's basically not a track, it's ideas put together in a linear fashion. Now, what if we wanted to make a remix out of this, or we want to have a more specific structure? Maybe we want to have like verse, chorus, middle eight, verse, chorus, breakdown, something like this. How would you do this? Because this is really scattered right now, right? Let me show you what the arranger track can do for you. So, the first thing that you can do with the arranger track is basically determine what the sections of your song are. So we start here, as you can see. So we can start here. Let's go for this 4-bar loop. And now what I can do is I could take my pencil tool or just hit Alt and start creating sections. So there we go. This is section A, right? Then we have this section right here. Maybe I can try and have this section as section B. What about here? Maybe this is a different section. Maybe I can go up to this, and now I can start naming these sections. Maybe this is my chorus, for example, like that. And then we have some bars that have no vocals. Let's call this section E. And then we have the breakdown, okay? I think I'm gonna go like this. Here we have some vocals, and here we have this section. Here's the part where we have the synth riff, and this is like an outro thing. Very, very quickly, I have my different sections of my song right there. If I want to, I can of course name these. Maybe instead of section A, I want to call this intro. And maybe for this one, I want to call this verse A. And this one, maybe I want to call this verse B. This is my chorus, so let's go like this. And this is maybe bridge or something like this. Doesn't really matter. And then we have breakdown A and breakdown B. Synth riff. And this one, we can call this outro. Up to this point, this might have reminded you of the marker track, right? With the marker tracks, you can do exactly the same. You can actually mark all the sections of your songs using markers or cycle markers. But the arranger track does so much more. First of all, I kind of like seeing the arranger track more than the marker track sometimes because it has these really nice blocks. So maybe for the intro, I want to make it, you know, this kind of color. And then for the verse, I'm going to keep it like that. For the chorus, I'm going to paint it red. The bridge, maybe I can make it, I don't know, something like pink. For the breakdowns, maybe I want to make them this kind of yellow. Synth riff, oh, I'm gonna go for purple here. And the outro, maybe I can make it, well, gray. I don't know, doesn't matter. Now, here's the cool thing. As you can see, I have the arranger track here, and now I already have the arranger events. Let's hit this E button and see what happens. So you can see that now I have these arranger events here. The first thing that I can do very, very quickly is immediately audition all these different sections. For example, if I want to check out the chorus, now if I want to check out the verse A, I can go to verse A and hit the play button. Or the synth riff. And you can see that it waits until this verse ends to get to the next event. This is already very, very cool. But now let's say I want to create a very quick song structure. Let's start with the intro, okay? I'm going to drag the intro here to my current arranger chain and check what happens. Now we have the intro. How many times? Once. What about if actually I want to have this repeat 2 times? You know, maybe I want to add like a nice synth riff over there. And maybe after this, I want to have the synth riff. Maybe I want to introduce the riff at the beginning. Then, let's go to my verse A. And let's have this play twice. And my verse B, play once. And then, let's go to my chorus. Let's have my chorus play twice as well. What else can we do? Maybe I don't want to go to the bridge after this. Maybe I want to go to my synth riff again. Great. And now I can go back to my verse B, chorus again, and then maybe I want to go to my breakdown. And maybe I'm not so sure about the breakdown A, I can remove it, and I can go for breakdown B instead. And then maybe chorus again, a couple of times, and then outro. How about that? Now, if you have this button activated, or if it's activated right here, that means that the arranger track is now going to play, and it's going to determine how the song will play. Check it out and check how cool this is, okay? Let's play it. Intro. It will play once. And then we go to synth riff. Verse A. Twice. Verse B. Chorus. So you get the idea. After the chorus, we will go to the synth riff, verse B, chorus, and so on and so forth. So just like this, I have a super quick structure straight away, even if I started just from ideas. And let me tell you why this is great. This is great if you're working on your own material and you want to try different structures. It's great if you're creating beats and you want to add like different elements on each 4-bar loop or 8-bar loop, then you can chain them together. It's great when you're working with clients. Actually, this is one of the reasons why I use the arranger track more than anything else. Because sometimes you're producing a track for an artist and then they say, you know what, maybe I don't want this bit right there. I don't want this, verse B. Just remove it. Or instead of verse B, add the verse A again. Or instead of the breakdown, give me the middle 8 there. And sometimes when your client asks you that, you go like, red alert, oh my god, this is going to take so much time. Because you need to make sure that everything will play fine and all the MIDI notes are cut to the right place and you don't get any weird, artifacts. And you know about all these things that can go wrong when you start chopping whole arrangements. With this one, you can do this super fast. Now, I showed you how you can play this in real time. And the great thing is that you can create multiple chains. So this could be my chain number 1, and then maybe I want to add another chain. So maybe I can duplicate this and have the same starting point. Maybe I want to have a radio edit. Actually, the great thing is that the arranger editor will show you how long your track is. So I know that up to this point, I have a 3 minute and 4 seconds track. Can you really comprehend how useful that is when you're arranging? Let's say that you have to do a 5-minute advertisement on YouTube. It's very easy for me. I can say, oh, you know what? I need to add a couple more choruses here, maybe 4. And all of a sudden I have 3 minutes and 37 seconds. So it's very easy to get things going. For film composers, it's also very useful. This is a feature that many remixers tend to use, but I think that it's great for, composing for film, for media, for ads. It's really good and really convenient. Now, that's great, Dom, but I can still see the mess here. I don't see this great structure that you've just talked about. It's great you can play it in real time, but in the end, I will need to have like a proper linear thing to work on, right? You're in for a treat. First of all, let me show you can go back and forth like this between the events, okay? And if you want, you can also create a new chain. So you can have an alternative chain if you want to. But here comes the great bit, right? See this button here? Flatten chain? You can already imagine what it does. Let's click on this cogwheel first and let me go through some settings very quickly. What I will do this time, I'm going to flatten the current chain and I'm going to keep this in the same project. But you can also flatten the chain on a new project. I can keep the arranger track. I can make real event copies, that's also very useful, and I can also ask Cubase not to split the events. In this case, I'm going to use these settings. These settings most of the times work great. Let's flatten the chain. Boom! There you go, that's my arrangement. That's it! I have the arrangement ready. So let's check if it did everything correctly, right? And that's my structure. That's my arrangement. Done. One click. I mean, can you imagine how long it would take if you tried to do this manually and how many mistakes you might have done during this process? Where here, everything is done automatically for you. Super cool, right? Now let's undo for a second and let's go back here. Now I might want to have a very different arrangement. Maybe I want to create a new chain like this one here. And actually, you know what? Let's start with the same starting point. And there we go. This is the copy. And maybe I want to have like an extended remix. Easy. Let's go here, chorus. Let's go let's keep it at 4 bars, the chorus. Ooh, 84. That would be a long remix. Okay, 4 bars. And maybe I want to add the synth riff again here. Yeah, 2 times. And maybe I want to add the intro here. And let's call it 2 times. And the outro, maybe have it like 4 times. And all of a sudden I have a 5-minute remix. Okay, let's flatten the chain. Boom! Bliss! How cool is that? So, imagine you're trying to do a remix for a 3-minute track, a pop track, but you want to make like a house remix and you've built all the arrangement, but, you know, in snippets, in 8-bar ideas, 16-bar ideas, then you can chain them together. And the great thing is, this is not restricting in any way. It's not like some other solutions that, they have like a very specific chain and that's it. And basically it will play exactly the same thing all the way through. Now I can take my synth, for example, and while this thing is playing, I can embellish it with different things, or I can remove things, or I can add things, because we're still working in a linear environment. We're not working with a loop-based program, okay? We are arranging using the loops and the sections, but we're still linear, and linear is power. Okay, linear is more interesting. Linear allows you to expand and be more creative when you're arranging. So now, for example, I can go here and say, okay, cool, we have this bit here. Or maybe I can go to my breakdown and I can record. Nobody prevents me from recording even more. And I forgot to record, but Shift and Star, and it's there. You know, retrospective record in Cubase is really amazing. That's a little tip, not related to the arranger, but so good. So, what can I say? Have you ever used this feature? Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this, and if it's the first time that you hear it, please give it a thumbs up, because now you can save so much time and you can be more creative rather than copying and pasting things around. Use the arranger track. You will be so happy as a producer and you will be able to come up with incredible arrangements very, very easily. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you have loads of fun with the arranger track. I'll see you on the next one. Take care and make some great music.